pointed out earlier as well, these are probably some of the biggest myths which are associated when it comes to having the perfect CV, having the perfect SOP, getting your SOP reviewed by, I don't know, like a lot of people, getting the LOR from famous personalities. These myths have probably developed over time because it's like a circle. You speak to your seniors, you believe in it, then you become the senior who communicates the same to your juniors. So it keeps rotating in a vicious circle this way. And uh, I'm not the person to say for certainty that this is a myth. This is just something which I believe is a myth and has been, because I did not follow it and it still worked for me. It might not work for someone else, but you should still not just go by what one person's experience is. Today, I am giving my opinion here based on my experience. Similarly, there might be another person doing the same. Having said that, when it comes to LLM applications, what happens is a lot of students, I can say this because I've been there some time back and I can feel the paranoia that goes along with it. A lot of students, they consult all these educational consultants, right? They hold these career fairs. I've been to the career fairs and I've spoken to a couple of people. Then you have people who edit your SOPs. You should not do that. I think that is the worst thing which you can do, because these universities, they actually have templates of these consultants and of these people who edit your SOPs, and they will completely reject your application at once. uh, this is something which I don't know if anyone knows, but not a single person apart from me and the admissions committee has read my SOP till date. I did not get it reviewed or even proofread by a friend, because I was really paranoid that the other person might say something and I might get influenced and change it. Because I believe every individual has their own writing style. That doesn't mean that anyone is right or wrong. It is highly possible that I might read a piece of work made by you and I might not like it, or I might try to modify it because I don't know, it's not appropriate according to me. Uh, I also feel there's a myth that you should use really fancy language in your SOP, and you should use really fancy vocab. My SOP was very simple. Anyone who's graduated from 12th standard in from an English medium school can understand my SOP, apart from the legal aspects in it. So don't use fancy language. You can keep it simple. One thing which I did specifically for ensure for my SOPs and LORs and any other piece of academic work that is sent across was that the English should cater to the country's English. So if you know, US has a separate English script and UK has a different one. So, for example, just the word program, for instance, it's spelled differently in both the countries. So, when I was applying to a UK university, I ensured that my entire SOP reflected UK English. And when I was applying to US universities, I modified that as per US English. This is just something I feel gives a sense of comfort to the person reading your SOP. So, it might add to your advantage.